Alright, what's up everyone, it's me BaRKy and I'm here with another mod for Rimworld Alpha 17 and this is the Ice is Nice mod. So as you can see, I've got this little base set up. The walls are made out of ice over here and a few other things are made out of ice blocks, which this mod allows you to actually harvest from the terrain around you. So as you can see, I've carved out an area of shallow moving water around my base, and this does not come from the world that I'm in or anything like that. I didn't use dev mode to do it. In fact, this mod adds in the ability to set a zone called the ice mining zone, which you can use to harvest ice blocks out of an area. So for example, if I do this, do that, and I can do the same over here just to kind of keep it consistent and make it look pretty, you know, because that's all that matters in this game, things looking pretty. And I let this go ahead, you'll see that people start to come out and actually mine this area, and what's underneath it will be shallow moving water. And then what's left will be ice blocks. So right now I'm busy setting up some things. These artwork swords, oh, they're actually done. Fantastic. So we can actually compare steel to ice, although that's not a really fair comparison considering how many different things you can compare. But I did go ahead and make, I think, 10 sculptures and 6 swords of ice and steel, because steel is very common and ice will be very common too if you're playing on ice sheet or whatever. As you can see, they're now finished with this, and you can see we've got this little area marked out. It looks pretty cool actually. But yeah, so they'll bring the ice in, and we've got just a crap ton of bricks here. So let's take a look at ice's stats. If I can just click on it, you can see over here, melee cooldown 135, beauty at 110, blunt damage at 50%, door opening speed at 45, flammability is 0, market value 40%, rest effectiveness 90%, sharp damage 100%, work to build 600%. Nice. Work to make 130%, cool. Beauty plus 1. I don't know why this is here. Offsets were made out of this, because I don't know, maybe. Anyways. So it's interesting. It's not a totally broken material. In fact, it's relatively weak. If you compare a normal quality shelf to. Let me grab a slate one, since you'll probably be using stone bricks, I imagine. And you can see that it's only got 90 HP versus 130, and granite will obviously be a little bit stronger and all that. So in a lot of ways, ice is actually weaker than most things, which is good, because it shouldn't be ridiculously strong. It's meant to be ice. So for this, I can imagine sort of playing with tribals, you'll use it to maybe survive. Let's make this look nice. Cool, there we go. Playing as tribals, you could use this to make like a semi-ice base or something like that. It's nice. So for example, you can see that it's negative 29 outside right now, and if I take a look at this ice over here, you'll see that it actually has a debuff saying frozen. Now if I go ahead and put ice in a refrigerated, in a heated up place, you'll see that it actually starts to melt. Never mind, it's actually too cold inside here. Let me raise the temperature a bit. Sorry, I did not predict that it would be this cold on this map. You can see it starts to melt from the heat. They're busy transferring ice now. But it's really cool, because it does actually deteriorate if the area is too warm, which is awesome. It's such a cool idea. So the medieval times mod actually does something pretty similar to this, but this takes it to another level in the fact that you can harvest it easily. In medieval times, how you harvest ice is you put down a spot, and as long as it's less than 0 degrees Celsius, you can actually harvest the ice fine. But in this mod, there is no such thing. You actually need to harvest the ice for what it is. Now, it is interesting to note that the ice does not regenerate. So if you lose your ice, you will not get it back, and that's quite a shame. I really don't like that aspect of the mod, because I feel like it sort of limits you quite heavily, especially if you're not playing on one of these maps. So for example, if I'm on a map where we have an ice lake or something, you can only use that once, which doesn't make overly, like, a huge amount of sense to me. I don't actually know why that is the case, but I guess the mod maker probably doesn't know how to do it, or it's a difficult thing to do. I don't know. I can't assume anything really, considering I don't know much about modding. But it is a lot of fun to use, so I recommend checking it out. As I've said before, let's take a look at the weapons we can actually compare. So we have a Ice Gladiator Superior over here, 14 melee damage, 2.6 second cooldown. Steel Gladiator is the same quality, 14 at a 2-second cooldown. So you can see ice is just a little bit worse, and it has a little bit less HP. Not only that though, but this is a sharp weapon. If you have a blunt, it does 40% damage, so it is near useless if you make a blunt weapon. Do not make blunt weapons out of ice, because it's almost better to use your fists. It's better to fist someone than to actually use a weapon in that case, I think. I mean, if you're doing like 6 damage by a blunt, and you're waiting 2 to 3 seconds to get it off cooldown, I don't think it's worth it at all. You probably won't even damage them. It's probably better to like make your own mod called throwing rocks or something and just chuck a rock at them. I don't know. The idea of this is really cool though. I'm excited to see where it's going. It has been edited quite a bit since it was first released on the workshop yesterday or the day before, which I like. It generally means that mods may be kept updated, or they may be like updated and stuff like that, which is really awesome. Hopefully ice regenerating gets added to the game. So I would like to see that maybe as like a mod option. So for example, going into mod settings and changing it. That would be a really cool idea. But until then, it's just a lot of fun. I do recommend just going to give it a try. I don't know. I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to add this to your game, because just having ice is fun. It's just fun. Yeah, you can see the color. It's like a shade of purple. Light purple coming around the base here. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow, and have an amazing day.
Hey you! Thanks so much for making it to the end of my video. I really appreciate it. Editing videos is both my hobby and my passion, and with that in mind, I've decided to open up a Patreon if you'd like to support me besides in the amazing ways that my subscribers already usually do. I've got loads of perks and benefits, including having your own personally custom made colonist, being one of my default colonists in the mod showcases, special roles on Discord, joining me while I stream, monthly Q&As and podcasts. I've got it all. Come take a look. All support is always appreciated, monetarily or not. If you're a subscriber, then be sure to hit the little bell over here to always be up to date with videos I push out, and head over to the Discord if you ever want to have a deep and meaningful chat with me. And last but not least, I hope you're having an amazing day.